Hello everyone, my name is Shubham Yadav and I cleared the recently concluded IBPS SO exam and I have been selected as a law officer in Canara Bank. My preparation journey started back in 2018 right after my graduation. After completing upon my graduation, I started preparing for judicial services examinations, and in that time, I appeared for two interviews and gave around five mains for different states. But unfortunately, I lagged here and there. So in that time period, I also looked towards other regulatory body exams and other jobs where I could work as a law officer. And finally, I was able to crack the IBPS SO exam. As far as this exam is concerned, it is divided into three stages: prelims, mains, and interviews. For prelims, there are three sections: current affairs, English, and reasoning. So for GK, I studied from Affairs Cloud. It's a website, and the 6 months of current affairs is sufficient to crack the exam. As far as English is concerned, for me, I did not need any help in English because I already had a good command on that. But if you want to improve upon your English, you can watch videos on YouTube. And as far as reasoning is concerned, I first identified important topics which are coming or are being asked in this or similar type of exams. I identified those topics and then I learned those topics from YouTube itself. There is a YouTube channel of Adda 24/7, and there's a teacher Saurabh sir, and he has a playlist of Zero to Hero, which covers all the topics of reasoning, and I personally found it very useful. Now, for means examinations, bare acts are going to be your Bible for it. Go through those bare acts as much as you can. If you look upon the previous year paper, there are some odd 40 subjects which are being asked, and almost all subjects have equal importance because two and three questions, or one or two or three questions, are being asked from each of the subject, and there is no predetermination as to from which act more questions are going to be asked. It can be from any part, so you have to go through all of those acts with similar sincerity. For me, it was a bit on a easier side to prepare for the mains examinations because already I was preparing for judicial services and I also used to give other regulatory body exams. So I had a bit knowledge. I had a knowledge of quite a few subjects except for the core banking law subjects which I had to cover. And I personally believe in reading the laws or reading the bare act first by myself and then going through some teacher or any other source. During my preparations for this exam, I came across this YouTube channel by the name of Law Decoded, and I found the content posted on the channel to be very useful. Although I used to follow it regularly, but I did not used to follow it religiously. And it was after my prelims result that when I had 10 days for my exams, I stumbled upon a few videos of sir provided on the platform, and I found the teaching method to be very simple, the notes in a very comprehensive and simple language, which can save a lot of time for an aspirant. So I can definitely say that you can seek his mentorship for this particular exam. There are a few important acts which you would definitely need to cover, such as Constitution, BNS, BSA, and RDBFI Act, SURFACI Act, Competition Act, Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Right to Information Act, Banking Ombudsman Scheme, then Consumer Protection Act, IT Act, FEMA Act, Security Laws, Labor Laws, and Banking Regulation Act, Insurance Act. These are a few acts which are specifically related to banking, which you would definitely need to cover. And also the Transfer of Property Act and Indian Contract Act. For interview, I took help of two different platforms for giving online mocks. One was Legal Edge after college, and other was iExamB, and they were also very helpful in this whole process. Now, my interview experience for the IBPS exam was quite pleasant actually. It was a very decent interview. It lasted for around 7 to 8 minutes. It was on the first day itself of the interviews, and you cannot really prepare for the interviews because they can ask you anything, and it all depends upon uh, the date and timing of your interview and the mood of the panel. All you can do from your side is to prepare all the laws very well, because when you have a good command upon your laws, then you'll be confident overall in the interviews. And they asked me 4 5 questions. First question asked to me was about the triple talaq judgment. Then the next question put up to me was difference between major and minor laws and examples of both of them. Then a factual question was put up to me as to a limitation period for a particular suit. The last question asked to me was when was the constitution first amended, and why it was amended and which provision was amended. Now, my advice for future aspirants for this exam would be to first go through previous papers of this exam and paper pattern of other similar exams. And next would be to have at least one mentor to guide you, because you may not be able to have answers to all the questions which he or she might have. So at least you should have one mentor to guide you through all this process. And also, one thing that you need to realize is that the competition is getting tougher day by day. If you're not able to get at least around 80% of marks, your chances for clearing this exam or any other exam would be very slim. Also, you should focus on giving mocks not very much but frequently, so that you have a practice of giving and going through that process. And although mains exam is important, but prelims also cannot be left out or neglected. Although it is only of qualifying nature, but still you have to cover all your bases so that you are able to qualify for the mains examinations. And it should be your target after you clear your prelims examination that you should get, or that you are able to get more than 50 marks out of 60 in your mains examinations, because mains have a 80% weightage in the examinations. So tomorrow if you get good marks in your mains examinations, and god forbid if your interview does not go well as much as you would have planned it, or you get average marks in your interview, still you'll be able to sail your boat through this exam. So try to get as much as marks as you can get in the mains examinations. Yes, so that was all from my side. Thank you guys.